This week, the channels asked students, what was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid?
A doctor's costume, just because I always wanted to be a doctor. But I grew up, I studied, and I'm gonna be a doctor this Halloween too. So finally getting there.
Jessie from Toy Story 2 because I don't know, Toy Story 2 is or Toy Story in general is like one of my favorite Disney movies ever. So plus I like country music, so it kind of tied into everything.
Oh, my favorite costume as a kid was Darth Vader. Only because you get to buy that toy lightsaber that kind of like pops up on its own. I would always play around with it and fight with kids for some reason.
Angel, because I don't know, I wanted to be a fallen angel because I wanted to be good, but I still wanted to be bad.
Probably Cinderella, Disney character. So as a young girl, Cinderella was always one of my favorite characters.
I think I was a bat one year, and my mom made the costume, and it was really fun because I had wings.
Mr. Incredible, because I was swole then, but not now. So, yeah, it's good to feel swole then.
I was one of those wacky inflatable things that they do in front of used car lots, to kind of attract. And I loved it because I love Halloween because you can dress up and there's no judgment. No one really knows who you are. It doesn't matter for one day.
One time I was a spooky cheerleader, and the only reason that was my favorite is because I just put on blood all over my cheerleading costume because I didn't want to just be like a cheerleader because I thought that was too simple. So I guess that was cool. You?
I'm from Europe, so we don't really celebrate Halloween in my country, but I know I went one time to some birthday party or something where we dressed up, and I just really wanted to be a puppy.
That's a cute puppy.
Yeah. As a kid, I was really into dinosaurs, and so I watched BBC's Walking with Dinosaurs, and I didn't want to be a dinosaur. I wanted to be a flying reptile, I had to tell everybody. And so I was an ornithocheirus, not a pterosaur like everyone kept asking me. So it was a very specific costume as a kid that I was really into.
Spider-Man. I wore Spider-Man costume for months after I got out of Halloween, and I wore it until I tore it in half. Yep.
I dressed up as a milk carton one time, and it was my favorite because I spent a month making it, and on the back it had a missing picture, and it was my picture. It was so funny. It was hard to trick or treat in though.
I think mine was probably Lilo and Stitch because that was my go-to every year, and it's still my go-to every year. Lilo from Lilo and Stitch.